And you are live.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. You may be watching. Chairperson of the Jefferson County Health Department Board of Trustees. Going to call this meeting that was supposed to be virtual to order. It's a special meeting today. We're starting late for those of you who are watching because, again, this was supposed to be a virtual meeting. And had an issue with a board member, had to resolve that. That's why
I
we're
happen to
starting
be
late.
here to take care of some other business after the meeting anyway. So
So
there's no reason why I can't be here. So we've already resolved that. So
call the
let's
meeting to
move on with
order.
it.
We have the roll call, Ms. Pinkley, please.
Mr. Deal,
Here.
Dr. Henry,
On mute.
Here.
Mr. Prater, Mr. Pig,
Here.
Ms. Davis.
Here.
Okay, so we have a quorum. Dr. Henry, would you like to read the mission and vision for the health department, please?
Sure. The mission is that JCHD will champion positive health outcomes and behaviors through innovative programs and community engagement. And the vision is advancing the health and safety of Jefferson County.
Okay, thank you. Purpose of this meeting is that an order was passed by the board on December 22nd, has to be renewed within 30 days. That's the sole purpose of this meeting. And so call for approval of the agenda as written.
Make a motion, we approve the agenda as presented.
I second.
Second, okay, any discussion? Okay, the agenda is approved. There's no old business.
We need a vote on that, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. So all in favor of approving the agenda as written, please say aye.
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 So the agenda is approved. Thank you, Tim. I'm sorry about that.
That's right.
No old business on the agenda. The new business is to act on the recommendation to renew Jefferson County Health Center communicable disease order until the next regular meeting, which will take place next Thursday. So,
Just for clarification, the way that the order is written is that it can last no more than 30 days. So that's how it's written.
that's correct. Thank you. So that's why we're having this meeting today. The order is going to be the same as the one passed in December, except as the attorney said, the effective date will read today. And it will also say that it will expire not more than 30 days from January 20th, 2022. So I'm going to read a motion to do that. So I move to renew the board's communicable disease order, initially passed December 22nd, 2021, and to utilize same per the terms of order 22-1-20-01.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
So that's a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. You're
We
not
have a
supposed
motion
to.
and a second on the floor. Is there any discussion
Can you
on the
hear me?
motion?
Can you hear me, Mr. Chairman? Can you hear me?
Is there any discussion on the motion?
Mr. Chairman, can you hear me?
Is there any discussion on the motion?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. First of all, there was a point of order, sir. And
This
the point
is-
of order is If you'll recognize me for that, I'll let you know what it is.
I recognize you for discussion on the agenda, Ms. Davis.
No, I said a point of order because you just made a motion.
Mr. Deal, if she's called a point of order, it must go to like the format of the meeting. So Ms. Davis, what is your point of order?
My point of order is the chairman doesn't make motions. He guides the meeting and he asks, will there be a motion for this order? And he did not do that. He made the motion himself.
The chairman can make the motion himself.
When there's a quorum present, why would he need to do that?
Because he is a voting member of the board and he is allowed to make a motion just like any other member of the board.
Okay, well then I'll withdraw my complaint.
Okay, hearing no discussion on.
Excuse me, I do have a question.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I just want to know, and maybe this is from Christie, you'll probably be the one to answer better than anyone else, is has the state of Missouri resolved any of the things in reference to this? Because, you know, this is because of what a particular politician did and has summarily attempted to strip whatever we're supposed to be doing according to statutes. And I want to know if the state of Missouri has made any progress on fixing this.
So the appeal was filed, which for parties automatically stays enforcement of the judgment. However, the Attorney General, acting on behalf of the state, filed an objection to that, stating that because we were not a party in the proceeding below, we could not take advantage of the automatic stay. We also applied for transfer to the Missouri Supreme Court and have asked the Missouri Supreme Court to issue a stay. They have not ruled on that yet. So at this point, there is not a stay order been issued by any court. And that's why you're considering renewal of our own order at this point.
And this is specifically reinforcing the previous order or the previous rules that have been in place for all health departments.
Correct, with the exception of COVID, because if you remember.
We removed that. Okay. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question or comment in regards to this motion that you've made, sir. Did you recognize me? I can barely hear you.
go ahead, Ms.
Did
Davis.
Okay, thank you. Number one, I'm not sure that what Christy Coleman is telling us is credible advice at this point. I believe that personally, that the AG's office is a high office to be respected and revered, to be, we should do what they're asking us to do. I believe that the Judge Cole is a lot more educated and experienced than our attorney even here in our health department, and a lot more experience than any one of us. And that if they have said that there should be no orders regarding mask and mitigations from the health departments, then we should not be doing that. And we should also be adhering to what our Attorney General has asked us to do. He's asked us to have a meeting in a larger place. He's asked us to have a meeting at a reasonable time at 6 p.m. or later, whatever's reasonable for the public to come. We still have not listened to him on any of the points. He's asked us to also, I do have the floor.
But you're not following
This
you're
is
not
all
actually.
a part of what, this is a comment towards the motion that's been made. We don't need that motion to continue. We don't need that order or law, whatever you want to call it, to continue, because we need to be abiding by what
Do you know what it continues?
powers are telling us to do.
Do you
we are
know
not
what it does?
professional people.
Do you even
We
know
don't
what it does?
Anything.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna-
have the
I'm gonna
floor and
call
you'll
the
not interrupt
question.
me
We have
until
the
I'm done.
motion
If I
and
want to
a
do a
second
filibuster for 5
on the
hours, I can do a
floor.
No,
filibuster.
ma'am,
Um,
I
call the
won't,
question.
but
I am
when I
calling the
have the
question.
floor, I will expect that you'll
Everyone-
shut your
This is
mouth,
not the
Tim Pig,
Senate.
All
and let
board
me finish
members
what
in
I am
favor
saying.
of
It is a
approving the
very important
motion
thing
and
that the public
and
know that
second,
are
please say
watching,
aye.
that the
Aye.
AG's office has sent
Aye.
us a letter,
Aye.
and
Aye.
we
Okay.
are in
Are
non-compliance
you gonna
right
vote,
now
Ms. Davis?
from that letter. We should be having our meeting where
Okay.
Are
the
you
public
going to
can
vote?
attend it
The motion
today
is
and every
passed.
day
Ms.
that we have a
Davis-
meeting.
Ms.
We should be
Davis
having a
does not
meeting in a
vote.
large enough facility where
Davis,
they can
Ms.
attend.
Davis, you no longer
We should
have the
all
floor.
be
I guess you wanted to
taking
call
You're
us
out of
out to
order.
the parking lot
You're
now,
out of
don't you?
order,
Ford
Ms.
sunshine
Davis.
law
You're out
and,
of order, Ms.
obeying it.
Davis. You're
You
out of
guys have
order.
deliberately
Mr.
Davis.
Deal,
not
you
done
can ask
what
Ms.
the
Casey to
AG's
let the
office
record
has
reflect that Ms. Davis has
has
refused to vote.
threatened us that we better do,
Refuse to
or
vote.
we are
and
responsible
she's
to
out
the
of
highest
order.
extent of the law, is what he said.
Okay.
Well, so are you.
Do we have
So
a,
so whether you like it or not,
we have a
Mr.
closed
Pig,
session?
my comment against this,
No, actually, we don't need a closed session.
order to be
I
make a motion, we adjourn.
resubmitted and renewed,
Motion
we
to
do not need
adjourn.
it.
Second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor of adjourning the meeting, please say aye.
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 Aye. We
So
are
you didn't ask for
adjourned.
my vote, so point of order.
You didn't give it. You could have voted yes or no.
Ms. Davis?
For one thing, you interrupted me, Mr. Pig, and I still had the floor. That's that's.
I asked a question of you.
We're adjourned, folks. So we have our regular meeting next
I would
Thursday.
like a closed session